and along with it, we also add Happy New Year in our email. So, we discussed last week that now this year we have already started the new year. Whenever we have a wisdom and we think that let us start a new day. It depends on me, it does not depend on outside. So why not? So last week we discussed about what we discussed, that how to remove the anxieties, fears, pain points from the life. So we understood that we need to follow the 8 steps. Today, why anxiety, fears, foolishness, pain points? So I will continue to be in stress, I will be in happiness from the next year. That is how we resolve. Eastern wisdom gives you a different perspective. At least, only for how many? 5 days are left, From the new year, I will be in peace. Do you say that? So I changed the title. This year we will focus on happiness and wisdom 24/7. Happiness and wisdom. So our topic today, do you want to get rid of anxiety, pain points, fear and foolishness? I have to start from now. I have to question it. Why we do not go from life? Why it happens? So just let us understand clearly happiness and wisdom. The happiness is a state of inner contentment. Inner contentment. Contentment is inside. Contentment is not outside. Remember, think that this is a new year. Peace and the joy that arises from the fulfilled mind and the heart. Fulfilled. Mind is fulfilled. Then only you have a contentment. It is often associated with a kind of satisfaction. We will talk in detail. First there is a peace, then there is a satisfaction, and then there is a joy, and after that there is a contentment. Very clear in Eastern wisdom. So the two things are there. I want happiness. I need a wisdom. I need a knowledge. If I don't have the knowledge, I cannot enter into the contentment. But yes, I can enter into pleasure. Oh, let us have a beer, New Year. Understand that clearly. If you remember this in your mind, the life is going to change. So wisdom is the ability to discern. Discernment, you see that wisdom, how easy it is to understand now. We have been seekers. Wisdom is the ability to discern. What to discern? What is true, lasting, essential, from what is temporary, illusory and superficial? Is anxiety illusory? No, I have been into anxiety for the last 10 years. Doctors have diagnosed me chronic anxiety. One doctor is already here in our session. We lose the ability to discern. Now just think and reflect. Relationship between the happiness and the wisdom. Who cares? Why should I listen to you? I'm taking a beer, I enjoy. How many bottles? 5 bottles. Now I'm ready to drive. Wisdom is gone. Just one example. Happiness and the wisdom are deeply intertwined. Wisdom provides the clarity to recognize the source of true happiness, which lies within or which lies outside. Discernment. Wisdom is required to be happy. A happy and a calm mind is conducive to gaining and practicing wisdom. Both way. It works both way. Wisdom leading to happiness because it clarifies me. Otherwise, your dear friend says, take vodka and you'll be happy because you are too much frustrated, because you have lot of problems. I have to apply the wisdom. I have to question it. And happiness also leading to wisdom. If any state of happiness, if any experience of happiness raises your level of awareness, you don't fall in love, you rise. You rise in awareness in any happiness. Obviously, it is going to help you to raise your wisdom. What we are asking, what we are doing in 8 steps: study Eastern wisdom to study myself. I have to apply, I have to perform my duty. You have already seen. Did I miss any session on Mondays and Thursdays or Saturdays? Duty, it is my duty. Casual work, then you will definitely miss. Oh, I have an appointment and that's why I did not attend the session. I have those masters continue to live into that state of awareness. I have to question the mind. If I don't question the mind will not work properly. Why? Impulsive nature, habit. Did you understand the first point? So for me and for you also, the new year has already started. You are preparing for it. As you prepare for a flight, who cares? I will see on the 31st. And then we are immersed in pleasure. We have a hangover on the 1st of January. What a good way to celebrate the new year. Resolve? What resolve? I forget all the resolutions. So the topic, daily anxiety and their roots. Same mind thinks. Same mind cannot think. Solution is there, but I ignore. Did you understand this? Same mind thinks. Same mind cannot think, and solution is there, but I ignore. Why I ignore? Anxiety arises from overthinking, uncertainty, and attachment to the outcomes in daily life. Maybe a work or a stress or health issues. Understanding that these anxieties stem from the lack of clarity, happiness and wisdom. Lack of clarity about the life purpose can help manage them effectively. Fears of birth, death, and the unknown. I've already discussed that in detail. Do you remember? Fear of death and uncertainty of what comes after. Uncertainty, what comes after. Why? Because of non thinking. Animals programmed by the nature, non thinking. Are you understanding? Fear of death and the uncertainty of what comes after often overshadow the joy of living. And I accept the inevitability of the birth and the death while exploring life's spiritual truth. We are doing this self discovery. Then we have relationship challenges and the emotional pain. Because of one non thinking, impulsive desire, habit, I start living unconscious life. Anxiety has to be there. Do whatever you want to do. Take pills, take a drink, fear of death, it will be there. Find out, question these principles laid down by the Master. You'll find the solution. Relationship challenges, emotional pain. Both are related. Wisdom is required. I insist you behave the way I want you to behave. I have lot of expectations. That expectations brings the happiness in me. What happens next week? My expectations changes. New Year's Day. Honey, from this new year you should not behave like this. Did you check yourself? Did you check yourself? Are you getting it? It may be. Honey means, professional life, social life, family life, So I have created the pain points in my life. Happiness and wisdom is lost. When this is lost, what exactly? I struggle with the unknown factors. I don't know how this honey is going to change. Unknown factors. Instead of honey, how should I change? Do you see that? Instantly there is a change. Oh, well, I've been insisting you to change. From where this insistence has come into my head? Wisdom, happiness and wisdom, they are together. What to do? Study the Eastern wisdom to study yourself. Study modern psychology, you will not get. You will be more stressed. Sorry, Christina. But that is a fact. What should I do? Understand through a good metaphor. Then why it happens. Now why it happens. I understand, I'm intelligent. Why have anxiety, daily fears of the death, relationship challenges, uncertainty. Why I have this in my life. Pay attention, very important point. And I can explain you through a story of a leaky boat. Imagine you are sailing across a vast ocean in a small wooden boat. One day you notice a tiny leak. First, it doesn't seem urgent. Honey, a tiny leak, It doesn't seem urgent. I'm comparing to the same. The boat is still floating. And you are too busy enjoying the sunshine. Oh, it's okay, let us do. So my mind is now going to the beer and I'm enjoying the sunshine, fishing, watching the waves. I will fix it later. Ignorance. But the next day the leak grows slightly larger. Continue. You are continuing the journey. Now you are bailing out. You are releasing the water. Level water in the boat. Your mind has lost the right cause. What is the cause? It is a bit stressful, but still manageable. Instead of fixing the leak, you distance yourself by fishing more, convincing yourself that it's a fine for now. Soon the storm arises, the leak worsens, the water pours in the faster than you can bail out. You can bail it. Where is the problem? What is your experience in the mind? Anxiety, panic. You focus all your energy on the immediate task, continue to float to reach to the bank. Fixing the leak seems impossible now as you are overwhelmed by the storm. This is the way we live. Are you getting it? It may be a relationship challenge, it may be a physical problem, it may be mental, or what is the boat? Can you just wisdom, happiness and wisdom? The entire series we will discuss with the happiness and wisdom. What is the wisdom? Boat. Boat is the life. Leak. Unresolved issues. Why? Because I don't think. Daily anxiety, fears, relationship challenges, habits. Fishing and watching waves. What is this? Fishing, pleasure seeking. Are you getting it? Pleasure seeking, desires and distractions. Don't you see I have a headache, Why I have a headache? I've taken a lot of stuff yesterday in the night. We also went for a lunch yesterday. So I realized that, lot of protein. So let me skip my dinner. You're not changing anything outside. You are not dependent on anything outside. You take a right decision. My honey always says, no, take little, what will happen? This is my body, I have to decide. And I said, okay, you get it. And they said, no, I cannot eat it. So you see, boat is your life, the leak, unresolved issues, fishing and watching the waves, pleasure seeking, storm, life's inevitable crisis that magnify the consequences of neglecting the problem. Storm is that I neglect the problem. I've been postponing it. You release water, quick fixes. There is no quick fixes. No quick fixes of life. The moment you neglect one issue because of lack of wisdom, the next challenge becomes more urgent. That is why we have to study the Eastern wisdom, to study ourselves. That is why the second step, do you remember the duty? Oh, I will do it later. No, this is my duty. I have to get rid of it. But why I avoid it? Pleasure-seeking desires. But why the pleasure-seeking desires? Unconscious habits. Why unconscious habits? Fear of facing the leak. Okay, I will take care of the honey later. My mind should be clear. How to break this cycle? Follow the 8 steps. Follow the 8 steps. So the first step, study yourself. I study. So let me look myself within. What you are doing, where you are. So you rise in awareness. In American way, we say that pause and observe. Then look at the first problem first anxiety first. You have to start from the small. Oh, let me perform my duty. It's a time now. Let me open it. Finished. I have to perform my duty. And when you are consistent, if you look at all the 8 steps, it teaches you that. Oh, you don't understand. Ask the question. Seek guidance. Ashok was saying that from today I will not ask. How many questions you have asked? I will not ask. So if you ask a wrong question, you will feel more problem. So that is another way to avoid my anxiety. From today I will not ask anyone anything. Leak is continuing. Leak is continuing. It will fire one day. It has already started firing. Don't be so serious. Understand happiness and wisdom. Happiness and wisdom. Did you understand until I discussed what I discussed? So the why anxieties, fears, and the foolishness and the pain points continues in my life, do I want to get rid of it? The ultimate cause is the ignorance, delusion, and the foolishness. Fishing, boat is leaking, pleasure-seeking desire, boat is leaking. Compare it. Delusion. What appears true is to make me happiness, but I'm not looking at the urgent problem. Find out what it is. Normally we say ignorance is not knowing myself. Incomplete knowledge. Or you can also say that I make a wrong decision. Who makes the wrong decision? The mind. What is wrong decision? I mismanage my life, my relationship. Why? Due to ignorance and emotional upsets. I got a message, Jerry knows that, day before yesterday, that everything is fine, so I'm going to shift myself. Wonderful. There is always an easy calm behind the ignorance and delusion. The storm is yet to come. Delusion, foolishness. We have to get rid of it. One more very important aspect of our life. My way is the only way is the greater ignorance. My way is the only way is a delusion. My way is the only way is also the foolishness. That is why our master says, knowledge of the Eastern wisdom. Here is the knowledge of Eastern wisdom. Here you are, and here is the problem. You have to follow this. Don't say it is my way. There was a monk in a monastery who was very meticulous. He plans and organizes everything. It happened in our monastery. Ashok may not Samir may not be aware, or Sangeeta may not be aware, but I know that guy. He was a monk, so very meticulous. He scheduled every minute of the day, from his meditation times to exact number of people used to come, and he used to prepare the food and everything. I'm changing the story from now. So the master assigned him to tend the monastery garden. The monk immediately created an elaborate schedule when to plant each seed, how much water to use, which plants would grow at what time. He even calculated the exact date and each flower would bloom. What happened to him? That's a very important point one has to take into account. So he became increasingly frustrated when the garden refused to follow his careful planning. It happens. My way. I'm explaining my way. My way is the only way. That is why, I don't want to ask my way. I know that. So some seeds sprouted early, others late, some flowers bloomed out of the sequence, birds carried seeds to wrong places, creating unexpected patches of color. Rain came when he scheduled the sun, and the sun when he scheduled the rain. You see, my way. The monk grew more and more anxious, spending hours trying to force the garden to match his vision. Are you getting it? My honey should match my vision. Wherever I go, it should match my vision. One morning, his master found him sitting, dejected by these plants. What trouble you have? Nothing grows according to the plan. I have calculated everything perfectly, yet the garden refuses to cooperate. Planning is very important. I have to do it. But you add the spice of my way is going to create a lot of problems to you. Master said you want to force a garden to grow by your schedule. Tell me, when you were born, did you arrive exactly when your parents planned? Will you leave this world according to a timetable? He raised the final question. Will you leave this world according to a timetable? Master said, look there, look there. The master pointed to a wild corner of the garden monk has overlooked. It was bursting with a vibrant, unplanned life. Flowers of different colors growing together. They are the weeds. We have a lot of weeds in Arizona. Butterflies dancing between them and the birds singing in the morning. The most beautiful garden is that the one you did not plan. We have lost touch with that. Life flows according to its own wisdom. I have to recognize that wisdom. This is what the 8 steps are. Last thing, masses. The story says our desire to control stems from anxiety about uncertainty. Pleasure-seeking desire. Need-based desire, pleasure-seeking desire. Who will take lot of stress to think about it? Don't think, ignore, leaky boat. First, our desire, pleasure-seeking desire, to control stems from anxiety, uncertainty, foolishness. Nature has its own intelligence that often exceeds our planning. True mastery comes from finding balance between the planning and these 8 steps. And beauty and the growth often emerge in unexpected ways. Tell me, did we all plan together to meet at one time? Then we were friends, and then we started working together. Only a couple of years, Jerry and David and Brandy, and yeah, Christina, a couple of years. Many years. I think, Dennis, we met in 2001 or 2, almost 24, 25 years. Did I plan? Did I organize? Did I force Dennis to continue the journey? This is the beauty of the life. Can I accept that beauty? Before the start, today is our another New Year's Day to start our journey. Do you remember smart and clear? Eyes are closed. Close your eyes, and are you ready for meditation? What we have been doing, yes, we were meditating with eyes open until now. Now we are meditating with eyes closed. Keep that understanding. Place, position, and posture. Awareness. We think awakening is looking at blue color, white color, etc., etc. Are you not seeing those colors of light around in your community nowadays? Being comfortable and carefree. They are important. Plan that. I told you. Being comfortable and carefree. Being comfortable, look at the entire body with wisdom, with understanding that now the mind is looking inside. So if you don't apply the wisdom, the mind will say, I will give you a treat. We had such a good food on the Christmas Eve. Think of that. Wisdom is required, my friend, to have that being comfortable. Then being carefree, a little higher wisdom is required. These thoughts are different and separate from me. Even if you think it will work. Who will think, I'm lazy, so then nothing will happen. And that is what happens. You are practicing meditation for 10 years, no change. 20 years, no change. And then we go little deeper. You can be aware of the flow of the breath. One master clarified me, when you are aware of the flow of the breath and you remain in wisdom, wisdom remains intact, and from there you apply discernment and dispassion. What is that? The world outside the first neighbor. You're aware of the flow of the breath. Why? It is in the present moment. You cannot ignore it. So you can only discern in the present moment. another subtle point of evolution, faster pace. Second is the physical body. Second, neighbor. Neighbor means what? How close the neighbor may be, it is not me. It is not I am. Clear. Third neighbor is the breath and the energy I discussed about hunger and the thirst. Hunger and the thirst caused by this third neighbor. I that realize never hungry. Fourth is the mind, duality, delusion. Fifth neighbor is the I-ness in the intellect. Sixth neighbor is the ignorance and causal body. And then Mangalacharan. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Mind continues to sing many songs of anxiety, delusion, and foolishness throughout the day. That is why I asked you to keep a watch, journal. How many times I was in anxiety, duality, and a conflict. Today, Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Happiness for all. Do you remember what we have studied last year? Today's our new day. Whenever you start the wisdom, it's a new day. Sarvesham Shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir bhavatu. Remove the cataract from the mind and you will see the peace is within you. I have to convert my experiences into teaching. Also, there is a cataract over the mind? Yes, millions. Delusion is what? Blurriness. I see it's real, but still I have a fear and I have a sense of anxiety, whether you will agree or not. The peace is gone. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. Wholeness, completeness versus pleasure-seeking desires. Did you get it? Happiness and wisdom. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. Meticulous planning, we all do. My way is the only way. It comes from the fifth neighbor, not taking into account the universe outside. Also causes lot of anxiety and duality. I'm introducing something new. Can you sit on your eyes? What it means? Eyes always looks at objects. So when I say you sit on your eyes, you are looking your eyes through your eyes. Don't say that, I cannot see because my eyes are closed. Can you sit on the tip of the nose for the smell? I will expand it further. Can you sit on the tongue, the taste? First, the mind will bring what you ate yesterday on the Christmas Eve, or maybe something. You see, this is the pleasure seeking mind, to recognize it. I'm making it very simple, though, very unique principles. Sit on your ears. Obviously, you are sitting on your ears since the beginning of a session. You're listening to me, my right and wrong pronunciation of American English also. It's okay. But the knowledge, you have to extract it. So you are still aware of, and yes, sit on the skin also, anywhere. You will find out the mind takes you to the sensation on the skin where it is more. Normally, there is a sensation throughout the body, and because the mind is scattered outside, it does not experience that. So we'll raise our awareness. All the teachings of the Reiki and the pranic healing will be covered here. We do it unconsciously and habitually. So now looking at the flow of the breath, and in that flow of the breath, go deep inside the forehead in the space. You see the space. You see that I say look inside the forehead into the space. Mind is looking, yes, but the eyes and the mind together have a perception, have a knowledge. Oh, this is what I mean. Okay. And drop Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. And then start breathing long, deep in the hissing breath into the chest. Your inhalation and exhalation are equal. It is not the fire of breath or breath of fire. Means what? There is a total expansion of the rib cage and a total contraction of the rib cage. Resolve. Any resolution demands an endurance and a self-discipline and joy. I endure with a joy, it will happen. I endure any resolve with anxiety, reaction, your body will continue to move hundreds of times. One example, but your mind will always be there. You will start scratching your head because the mind is somewhere else. Long, deep in the hissing breath. I've already done in the morning, but I enjoy doing it. Om Shanti continues. You are comfortable and carefree, long, deep in the hissing breath. Total expansion and contraction of the rib cage continues. Kindly check leaky boat. Mine says I will do it after few weeks. Leaky boat. So what should I do? I'll keep doing it. You'll find the bubbles of experiences inside your head. A new level of awareness will dawn that represents the plants grew without any planning. I'm just relating it to the metaphor. Long, deep in the hissing breath. I told you the pranayama and the pratyahara go together. You are able to keep the rate and the rhythm perfect, satoguna in the mind. Irregular, rajoguna in the mind. You stop couple of times during the practice, tamoguna. Now stop this. Go back to the flow of the breath. Shanti continues deep inside. You're dropping deep inside the forehead, and you experiences the freshness, relaxation, calmness, visions, colors. Yes, let them come, let them stay, let them come, let them go. It is, whatever is happening is okay. Can we stay in that awareness of the flow of the breath? Shanti inside the forehead, and we deepen our experiences. We deepen our experiences. So it happens without any planning. That is where the revelation comes into the picture. Basically, the previous step helps the mind to for a horizontal movement. Means from outside to inside. And the nyasa helps the vertical movement. So what we do, you look at the breath and you start breathing a little deep, silent and slow, moving the mind from the top center of the head to the spine, reaching the tailbone, and you are singing rhythmically, mentally. Shanti. Shanti drops at the tailbone while exhaling. Deep silent, slow breath. Om starts and drops at the top center of the head. Shanti. So during exhalation, that Om Shanti, Shanti reaches at the top of the head. Again, inhalation, it goes down. We are regulating the subtler movement of the prana. But why? Where the prana goes, there the mind goes. So both way we are helping. Where the mind goes, where the mind is going, to the Om Shanti. So the prana will also go there. Oh, that is why we are using both. Wisdom. When we understand the principle clearly, it demands a practice. Why? We discussed that to change the mind. Mind only changes by repetition. There is no other way to transform the mind. Listen to the talk and to the coach and to the mentors. Years after years, no change. Unless the same talk is heard again and again. Repeat listening. You will discover when you are breathing deep, silent, and slow, your breath rate becomes deeper, slower, and silent. You'll be amazed that one day will come when you are only taking 2 breaths in a minute. You never thought of it. What is that state? That state is very deeper. When the 2 breath is perfectly natural. And return to the normal breath. Om Shanti continues with the awareness of the flow of the breath. There is no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So the Om Shanti continues, and now look inside your heart. Visualize the triangle of any color. So when I say any color, your mind, because of the past impression, sometimes helps. It picks up the same color of a triangle. It's helping you. And moving the mind on each side of a triangle, dropping Om Shanti and checking, is the mind syncing with the side of a triangle, with the Om Shanti, with the movement of the mind. And when it is syncing, that is the right moment. Where is that? Move the mind deeper inside, singing mentally, loudly in your mind. Om is pushing the mind deeper inside. Mind seemingly stops. Mind seemingly stops. You drop Shanti. After that, do nothing. Waiting for what? Let the real self reveal. With understanding that we have met all the conditions. Meticulous planning, yes, but delete my way. My way is ego way. It can reveal today. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it in your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences. Bring the hands down and we'll share our experiences. If you have any question, you can ask. How are you, Terry?
You surprised me.
I
find that I'm good.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Today. Happy New Minute.
Good. Yes, it's very good. That's really good. So,
I know that never mind.
good. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you, Guruji. Very, very deep meditation, thoughtlessness and nothingness, and not even a desire to think at the end of the meditation.
Beautiful. That's really good meditative state. How are you, David and Jerry?
Meditation was extremely deep. I love the happiness and wisdom, and I have a question. So if happiness relies on wisdom, does wisdom rely on happiness?
Both. Yes. So say, for example, I'm very happy. When I say I'm very happy, I'm conscious, I'm aware. So that awareness is a little higher level of awareness. So that is experienced wisdom. That is one way to say. Yeah, that's a good topic you have given me. And when I raise my level of awareness by understanding, by having a wisdom, what is that wisdom? Oh, there is no happiness outside. So my crazy mind was looking for happiness, that drops. So now the wisdom has brought me the inner joy.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Yes, that's a good question. How are you, Jerry?
Sorry, I'm good. The meditation was very deep. Didn't want to come out. I like the leaky boat, and I also like not setting ourselves up with expectations, because oftentimes those expectations can really limit the potential of what can happen and evolve. So a lot of times with our expectations, we limit ourselves.
Beautiful. Yes. At the same time, we have to, the way, no, I have to plan my lesson, I have to check internet, everything, I have to plan. But if something not goes as per planned, I should not get into anxiety. So why I cannot get into anxiety? Because ego part is not there. My way is not there. Everything depends on the existence. That is limiting. What is the limiting factor? My way. But it doesn't mean that we should not organize, we should not plan. Well, we have to plan everything. It's a very subtle. I'll be talking about this in the future lessons. Beautifully shared. How are you, Brandy? Why?
I'm good, thank you. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Now I see you also.
Okay. Thank you for the lesson today. Like Dri, I really liked those the leaky boat metaphor and the garden. I found those to be pretty relatable. And my meditation was good. It was deep. I didn't want to come out at the end.
Beautiful. When we do not want to come out of that state, obviously it's a deeper state of meditation. I think, Stephen is not there, yeah? Stephen has left. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that's a very good part of it. So, and apply this metaphor all the time. Well, going for a teaching, is there any in it is in the mind. So good, very good. Thank you. How are you, Barbara?
I'm good, thank you. A lot to think about today, as usual, and I particularly enjoyed the story about the leaky boat because I tend not to recognize or ignore the leaks, and it's something that I really have to work on.
Yes, yes. So first recognition is that where is the leaky boat in my life? It may be with my honey. It may be with my grandson. Yes. And once you remember, okay, no leaking, please. Endurance, patience, clarity, and it you can apply that in your life. And I and Barbara know what we are talking here. Yes, Kristen, how are you?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed the metaphors. I have a hard time letting go of control, and through our practice and listening and learning, I can see the possibility of really being able to change how I live my life, and I'm very appreciative.
Yes, yes. Remember, Christina, we experience or we feel or we take for granted that I have reached to the peak of the wisdom and the knowledge. From there, the ego says it's my way. In any profession, in any subject, in any area. But if you continue to reflect on, you get many other wisdom, like the two metaphors I created. It has no end. So once we understand that, and then followed by the practice, the life transforms. We're talking of transformation. How are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. So practice was good. Mine was really calm, and like my mind was picking up this the my way and the right way. So when I'm doing it with the right way, then I can say that I am doing the task with 100% consciousness, and I'm always improving with that. But if I pick up it my way, then it will never be like 100% consciousness is there, and it's always be habitual.
Yeah.
So I get this idea, and the idea with that leaky boat, it's kind of realizing me that principle that I have to study myself to find the gaps and to realize where the gaps are and to contemplate on that to get the right solution.
Yes. We all have one or the other, or one or many leaks in our life, including me. Everyone has it. If one says it is not, it is a delusion. But what happens? Those leaks teaches us. Mind is habitual, You rightly said, mind is habitual, and now the intellect makes me aware. No, not this way. Not this way. I have to act. I have to think. I have to say with clarity. Done. That is the job. That is the work of these 8 steps. How are you? Left with Sangeeta and Ashok. Yes, Sangeeta.
सर जैसे ये होता है कि कुछ भी काम करती हूँ तो मुझे ये होता है कि अपना 100% करूँ मैं उसको, और रिजल्ट जो आता है वो डिपेंड करता है, किसी को वो चीज़ पसंद आती है, किसी को वो चीज़ नहीं पसंद आती, पर मैंने अपना 100% किया।
Yes.
दूसरा ये सर कि हम सामने वाले को बदल नहीं सकते, तो वो अवेयरनेस आ गई है कि अब आप उसको एक रियलाइज करा रही है कि यहाँ तुम गलत हो, करता है ठीक है, नहीं तो तुम्हारी मर्जी।
Very good. You know, I put my 100% and still I do not claim it is my way. I got this thought from when she was sharing the experiences. Let me put 100% into that action or working or relationship. But still, I keep myself open. Can there be a better way coming from the existence? And the life will change. That will result into awakening. How are you, Ashok?
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Sir, I understand that we have to work on our leakage. We have weak point. We have to work on our weak point, and we have to. There are weak points, yes, and we have to work on that by awareness, by wisdom, by
Yes.
contemplation and reflection. Yes.
Yeah, start working from today. So we
Thank you,
have
sir.
almost everyone. That is all. Happy New Year. We are going to meet one more time. Technically. Happy New Year.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.